Hello, my name is Sarah Harris and I'm an Oklahoma 4-H STEMist, and you are watching day 4 of our COVID camp, Vitals Are Key for You and Me. For more information, please visit 4h.okstate.edu, and for more detailed information about the coronavirus, please visit cdc.gov. Social distancing, also called physical distancing, means keeping a safe space between yourself and other people who are not from your household. The CDC states that staying 6 feet, about 2 arms length away from other people who are not from your household will help to reduce the spread of COVID-19. COVID-19 spreads mainly when in close contact with someone who has contracted the virus. It is extremely important to maintain social distancing when in contact with people who are at a higher risk for severe illness. The CDC informs us that, and this is a direct quotation, COVID-19 can live for hours on a surface, depending on factors such as sunlight, humidity, and the type of surface. We all have a role in the spread of COVID-19, and if we practice social distancing and proper protective wear, we can help slow the spread within our communities. Social distancing tips from the CDC. Know and follow guidance from local public health authorities where you live. Prepare for transportation. Maintaining social distance if riding a bus, walking, and avoiding carpooled rides is of utmost importance. Limit contact when running errands. Choose safe social activities. Keep distance at events and social gatherings. Stay active. Consider going for a walk, bike ride, etc., but make sure to stay distant from others while doing so. It is so important to take precautions to keep yourself safe, but it is equally as important to know what's normal for your body. You can learn this by measuring your vitals. Let's learn to read our heart rate and know the appropriate body temperature. Your moderate intensity heart rate should be between 64% and 76% of the maximum rate. Let's find out what the maximum rate is based upon our age. Subtract your age from 220 and then multiply it by 0.64 to get the 64% rate. Subtract your age from 220 and then multiply this number by 0.76 to get the 76% range. So let's do a little bit of math. Say that you're 10 years old. You'll subtract 10 years from the figure 220. So, what's 220 minus 10? If you said 210, you are a math star. So now we have the figure 210. So, let's figure out the low part of this. You'll multiply 210 by 0.64. Now this 0.64 represents the 64% that we talked about. So, what is 210 multiplied by 64? If you said 134, you are correct. So, that's the low number of this level, but now let's try the high number. So, you'll multiply 210 by 0.76, and this represents the 76%. So, what is 210 multiplied by 0.76? If you said 160, you are correct. So, if you are 10 years old, that means that your moderate heartbeat intensity rate should be between 134 and 160 beats per minute. Now we're going to fast forward a few years, from 10 years old to 16 years old. And instead of doing a moderate measure, we're going to do a vigorous measure. For vigorous intensity, your heart rate should be between 77% and 93%. So we're going to do the exact same math that we did from beforehand. So let's subtract 16 from the figure 220. So, what's 16 taken away from 220? If you said 204, you are correct. So now we're going to take the 204 figure and multiply it by 0.77, which represents our 77% number. So 204 multiplied by 0.77 equals what? If you said 157, then you are correct. Now, what is 204 multiplied by 0.93? Now remember, this 0.93 represents the 93% that we were talking about. Alright, math wizards, if you said 190, you are correct. This means that if you're 16 years old, the heartbeats for your vigorous intensity heart rate should be between 157 and 190 beats per minute. You can determine your pulse by placing the tips of the index and your middle finger, do not use your thumb, over the artery located at your neck or your wrist or even on your chest. Try your wrist. Now you can feel the pulse of the artery lined with your thumb. This is not the same as measuring your pulse though. Hold your fingers there for 30 seconds, counting each beat. So in that 30-second interval, I counted 40 heartbeats. Now, keep in mind that we're measuring heartbeats per minute. We only measured 30 seconds. So, 30 seconds is half of an entire minute, which is 60 seconds. So, in order to get our heartbeat per minute from our 30-second measurement, we have to multiply our measurement by 2. So, minus 40. 40 multiplied by 2 equals 80. So, my heartbeat per minute was 80. Now let's make a low-cost stethoscope. Please keep in mind that this is not 100% accurate, nor is it supported and habitually used by practicing medical professionals. So the materials that you will need for this activity is a funnel, a pair of scissors, some masking tape, a balloon, and some plastic tubing that's about 2 foot long and 7 and 1/16 of an inch of outer diameter. Step 1. Cut a piece of the balloon large enough to fit over the opening of the funnel. Step 2. Completely cover the large opening of the funnel with a balloon and make sure that it's tight. Step 3. Fit one end of the rubber tubing over or inserted into the narrow end of the funnel. It should fit very snugly. You can use tape to help hold it better. Step 4. Take the large balloon covered end of the funnel and place it on the left part of your chest, slightly centered. Step 5. Place the narrow end of the tube into your ear. Be careful not to stick it too far into your ear though. Listen for a thumping noise. Now, it might be kind of hard to hear your heartbeat when you have a resting heartbeat. So, in order to have a better read with our homemade stethoscope, go ahead and do some sort of physical activity. Your body regulates its temperature to ensure that the body stays healthy and functions properly. When you get hot, your blood vessels widen to carry heat to the skin's surface, thus creating sweat to help cool your body. When the body gets cold, the blood vessels narrow, reducing contact with the skin to help save body heat. You can measure your body temperature in a few places: in the mouth, the ear, and the armpit, to name a few. The temperature reading from your ear may be higher than the reading that comes from your mouth, and that's completely okay. A fever is actually considered a temperature of 100.4 or higher. Your normal body temperature fluctuates between 97.9 degrees Fahrenheit up to 99 degrees Fahrenheit. Thanks for joining us today, campers, and please remember that your vitals are key to you and to me. Now please go ahead and fill out your Microsoft forms and talk with us on Flipgrid about the activity that you did today. Join us tomorrow for an interview with a special guest who's been on the front lines of fighting COVID-19. For more information, visit us at 4h.okstate.edu, and if you want some more information pertaining to the coronavirus, visit cdc.gov. Thanks, campers.